All right, welcome to the latest episode of the Coleman Power Organic Fitness Podcast. I have in front of me one of my latest guests in person. Actually, say hello and introduce yourself to the listeners.
Hi, my name is Ashley. I am from Michigan, United States. I came all the way over here for my good friend's latest retreat and birthday.
There you go.
Yeah.
Over especially for it. I brought Ash on here, I suppose, to tell her own story about her weight loss and about where she currently was before she started her she's got a fitness journey. She's got a following now building up, and she's going to continue on her health and fitness lifestyle. If you can really tell people where you were before and what happened and how did you end up over here, to go directly in your own words.
It's a bit of a long story. But yeah, so like fitness and eating healthy was never really part of my lifestyle. I just kind of, I didn't really have a diet. I ate whatever. I ate junk, I ate late, I overate.
Like what foods were you eating? What was your breakfast, tell me?
Breakfast would be like, sometimes peanut butter and jelly. That was something I ate quite often. Like or not even eating breakfast. Or, I'm a fan of cold pizza for breakfast.
There we go. It's okay.
I know. Yeah, and McDonald's. I would eat McDonald's for breakfast. How did I survive?
God knows.
Yeah. But I was really just kind of at a point where working a desk job for the past 9 years, I had realized that I had lost so much strength. Like even my hands had gotten weak to like open something, because I had really not much physical activity. I would go to work, drag myself through the day, come home, sit on the couch, watch TV, and go to bed and do it all over again. That was my life.
Monday to Friday.
Yeah, and my weekends, I would spend most of my time indoors watching TV. And that really was not a life. And I had just kind of gotten so fed up, and I had a moment where I realized where I really was. And I came across a video on TikTok.
And a couple other people.
Yeah. And I think I was just looking for something, and I happened to find him. I didn't know I was looking for you, but I really was. And I remember watching that great mushroom video. I hope you guys have all seen it. If not, let me know, I'll tag you. And I started to flip through a couple other videos, and my first thought was like, this guy eats like a rabbit. What is this? What is this? But I started listening to more information, and it just resonated, and it made sense. And I knew that he was being honest and sincere in what he was saying, and listening to your podcast, understanding that you have your master's in organic horticulture and that you've been living this lifestyle and you are living proof that this lifestyle works. I'm like, I have nothing to say no to. So, it's like you're on a cliff, you're out in rock bottom, you're on a cliff. I don't know if that makes sense, but I just jumped. That's all I did. I just jumped,
Jumped and signed up to the organic fitness program, and as a result of that, what I suppose changes did you have in with your body and your meals and your lifestyle habits?
Ooh, yeah. So like I started March 1st, and literally I went in 100%. I gave myself 2 weeks, like no deviations, no snacks, no nothing, just eating like whole foods. Of course, I didn't even know where to find organic food in the beginning. And I probably didn't find much in the beginning. It's a little hard to find if you don't know what you're looking for. And I would say at the end of those 2 weeks, I think by the first week I started feeling different. I started to feel like energy, and I'd say, trying to spend more time outdoors. I was going out for walks. I was trying to exercise. I remember in the beginning, I was at 270 pounds, and that is huge. And doing squats, I think I could do like 4 or 5 at a time before I wanted to die, but I didn't give up. I would keep going. I would follow, the different workouts that you actually had on TikTok. They were fun.
As you were cursing me doing this, guys, like, Coleman, I'm sick. I've given enough of these.
I still curse.
That's okay.
I still curse. But yeah, so I did that for 2 weeks, like just tunnel vision. Like I cut everybody out of my life. I cut even like doing chores around the house, because I had to like literally rearrange my whole life. And after those first 2 weeks, I felt a difference. I saw a difference, and I was like, okay, let's keep going. And by the end of that first month, I was down 15 pounds.
Progress is so addictive.
Yeah. And that's the first time I've ever lost weight in my life, that I'd actually tried to. You know, I had tried to diet or whatever before, but I didn't know what I was doing. I tried keto, but I didn't know what I was doing. Nothing happened other than being miserable and not eating carbs.
Oh, gosh. I wouldn't recommend it to you. It's difficult.
Yeah. So, I mean, I was just like, okay, this is possible, you know, and I'd say at the end of that first month, I mean, changes in like, you know, skin and just energy and like life was back. I actually felt alive for the first time in a long time.
That's
And
so
that's what I've been
amazing.
chasing.
It's really after saying that. Your energy after a week has changed, your diet, your routine, you were going outside. And just to break that into simple terms, that isn't outside the reach of anybody. To literally, you tell people where you work, to literally add in a couple of those different changes. How easy is that how did you manage it? And going from one to where you are right now?
I mean, it was just kind of a lot. I mean, I was so sick of everything that I was doing. I think I was ready for that change. But it's like you start pulling out all these negative things, like sitting and watching TV is not really beneficial at all for my life. And it's like, even just getting outside and going for a walk up and down my street, which I hadn't done in ages, you start to look around and it's like, this neighborhood's actually pretty. Like, hey, there's a neighbor I haven't seen in days or months, years, you know, and then you're having conversations with people outside and getting that sunlight on your skin. I mean, that's something I just really didn't do often enough. But you start to see other things in life, more positive things. You seek positive things and you cut out all that negative stuff.
So much negativity. I'm going to say on television.
Yeah.
I don't have a television in my sitting room now, where there should be a television. There's like a load of blocks with timber.
Oh, the lovely books over here.
Oh, there's also books over there that I read on a regular basis. It's actually an episode of the damn books that I recommend, top 5. I'll be doing more of that. Send me in a DM about that if you're interested in that. But again, so break it down now. So with, I suppose you had skipping breakfasts was a habit that you had, and not having healthier food choices for lunch or dinner. What's your diet like now? And even actually before even going to that, on those walks, you actually ended up meeting somebody that inevitably sended you down and you.
Yeah. So like, you know, these last 7 months, I had been looking for a great, good local organic farmer. I didn't find organic, but I was out on a bike ride 2 miles from my house. And, you know, there was this little tiny road that I probably hadn't been down in years. And I just happened to just turn my bike, went down that way. And I did have a bit of a mishap and met some other people along the way. My pedal fell off my bike. Had some great guy come out and help me get that fixed. But I continued on my journey. And down by the corner, I came across this huge, great sign, Crooked Pine Farms. And it's all these veg listed. And all of a sudden I just pulled in. Turns out he's not organic, but he's a chemical-free farmer. And I spent about an hour out there talking to him. He's showing me his polytunnels, everything he's growing and how he's like, you know, using so many of the same things that you are doing. And he has subscription boxes, but I instantly, like, if I would have had a bag with me, I would have like brought veg home with me. But I went back the next day and started buying stuff, and it's a great partnership. Yeah.
And that's so unbelievable. Yes, you could say that you were so lucky to literally get somebody to get you outside to see those things. There's so many different things right at your doorstep. We don't see it. There's country markets. There's box schemes that deliver to you. And the amount of veggies you get for the value of it is unbelievable. We looked at the prices yesterday, but the whole thing is it's in season veg. Yeah. Which couldn't be fresher for you. Yeah. 0 miles. It's only down the road.
Yes, it's just a bike right away. So you get exercise and you get some veg. Get some veg. Yeah, I'm supporting like a great local family there. Just the greatest people. Yeah.
What you're doing is you're building a community yourself, and then we can, I suppose, touch on the likes of people that you've met now that you, I suppose, came to one of the retreats that we're after doing. Who did you meet and what did you enjoy about that? I suppose the retreat, to tell people who haven't been at it before, is something that's kind of a thing we're building. There's 4 individuals. There's Cara, there's Kaz, a nutritionist, a yoga, and there's Joe, the personal development coach, and then myself, the organic grower and the personal trainer. We kind of combine, I suppose, the 4 pillars of health, and we're building again a lifestyle. It's not a diet. It's more so getting people to come together, like-minded people, so that they can enjoy a weekend of activities. Because being healthy is not just about literally how many days you train. It's everything else in between. Who you meet and all the chats and the crack and everything, what else. And I suppose tell a couple of people firstly what you did and who you met. And
so like my expectations were already huge. my expectations were just huge, like watching like the videos and the updates from the last two. And I mean, every expectation I had was just blown up. I mean, it was just amazing. And to meet so many people, what, there were 14, 15 of us?
Yeah.
Okay. Every single person, just like I look at your face right now, it's like these bright eyes and these bright smiles, and everybody's laughing and everybody's learning. And we're all coming in from these different walks of life, but we're all heading towards the same direction. And that is what was so cool. Just to find people and meet people just over a weekend that I know that I will love for the rest of my life.
Friends for life.
Yes, yes.
You were bunked up with 2 other individuals that you're really best friends with now at this stage.
Yes, they
Give
were.
me a shout out. Who would you have in the room?
Yes, I had Yvonne, girl, I love you, and Emma, I love you. Yes, so they are part of the CPOF program, and you know, we've been chatting for months, and it was so great to actually spend a weekend as roommates, and it was like just the best. It was the best.
What activities did you get on? And starting from the morning, what would you do first thing?
First thing in the morning, we were out and grounding. Yeah, everybody grabbed a warm drink and run out the door after this guy, and it was really cool to just kind of be in that circle with everyone and actually experience that, not just by myself outside, you know. It was neat to be with a group and to see the sunrise here in Ireland. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. You guys are a perfect location. And let's see, what did we go on to next? Was that
yoga? I think was following that then, yeah.
Yeah, and Cass is just amazing. She's she's so much fun. And yeah, onto yoga, and that was also great.
And then after that, where do we walk down to next?
Oh God.
Bless ourselves. Amen.
Oh, out down into the ocean. But yeah, that was my first experience with a sea swim. That was the first time I was in the ocean. And yeah, as you say, it'll put some manners on you.
Man, woman, or child.
Yeah, you definitely feel alive. It's invigorating, and it's a bit brutal, but you just kind of force yourself to do it. You definitely come out of that water stronger, and you feel amazing and invigorated and alive.
This increases blood flow.
Yeah, and then God bless Kara. She was always there with like a great hot drink. She was wonderful. Was it a hot turmeric tea?
Yeah.
And then one day we had some type of hot chocolate, which, you know, it was nice, decadent, but it was good.
All those things are, I suppose, things that I do recommend, like high antioxidant spices, turmeric, reducing inflammation in your body, high in antioxidants, improving your skin health. There's a lot of people say that, about myself, that people, oh, you have a natural glow. That comes from the foods that you eat and what you do in between your training and on your daily activities. Foods you eat have a direct result in the way you look, you feel, and how much energy you have. And Ash is pure testament to that. Really, after she said 7 days, if someone can literally tell you to do something and it will change your life and your energy levels after 7 days, would you do it? Some people will, some people won't. That's it. You need to decide what foods, what habits, what rituals, what routine that you're going to incorporate in to be a healthier version of yourself. And that's why I brought Ash on to tell her story. And now she's going to go back to America, and she's going to find in another routine after coming over here to Ireland and seeing it firsthand with the people she's met along the way.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's funny, I have all these ideas in my head, and just so many things that I've learned either, you know, from here watching you and through the people that I've met and the things that they're doing. And I'm going to go home and I'm going to rewrite my routine. I'm going to rewrite my days, and I'm going to try to incorporate some different things. And heading into winter, I've definitely got to change things up, whether it's, you know, finding somewhere I can safely walk, or, you know, maybe join a gym. You know, those are all things I'll have to chat about.
Totally.
And that's another amazing thing. I have done all of this over these last 7 months, 75 pounds down. I have done this all with home workouts that I've gotten through him. And that's pretty amazing. You don't have to join a gym. You don't have to, you know, fill yourself full of like pills and supplements. It's eating good food, good mood. Learn that from somebody else.
That is just, yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah, and just getting outside, and it's like, that's all I need. I don't need a TV. Although I do watch you, I watch him on the TV. I watch these podcasts on my TV. That's all it's used for anymore. Yeah, it's kind of great.
What have your meals come to now? And what have you learned, I suppose, food-wise and nutritional from, I suppose, coming through your organic fitness program? What are you doing now, previous to this, now that you are doing incorporating into your meals?
Actually spending the time to cook, you actually appreciate what you eat. That's like number one, because before or, I did cook sometimes, or it would be, unfortunately, like frozen pizzas, or, food that was already prepared, and you eat it and you just feel worse. And I've realized that you're supposed to eat and feel better, and I definitely do, but like, there's so many combinations and there's so much variety, and then eating with the seasons, you definitely get a great variety. Then too, you don't get bored with anything you're eating, when the sky's the limit with combinations. And I've definitely tried things that I've never had before, and there's so many things that I love. I've just grown to love.
Like what? You give examples of what you previously used to eat, or what do you really enjoy that you've had, and you say, oh, I never knew such and such a food.
Like beets. I was talking about that this morning. I had never eaten beets before, and like they just taste, they're almost like candy if you can find. Sometimes they're a bit
beetroot is unbelievable.
Yeah, and it adds such a nice touch to like any type of dish you add, and salads, and learning about putting them together, like the healthy fats and nuts. Like nuts and seeds are something that I had never really ate.
Why is that? Because you were afraid of them? Is that because they're high calorie, or?
Yeah, you hear that kind of stuff that, that's just full of fats or things like that. And taste, I was just never a fan of eating like healthy snacks. My snacks were chips or
convenient foods.
Yes, absolutely.
That's what's there in front of you. It's forced in front of you, and it's cheap. And people look at it and go, oh, I can't afford such and such a food. But the thing is, you have to look at something not by the price, but by the value of it. Would you rather, yeah?
Yeah, so actually speaking on that, the value of food. So before, when I would go grocery shopping, I would buy like a cart full of food to get me through the week. And it would be, it would be stuff for meals, it would be snacks, because what I was eating wasn't keeping me full. So I'm like eating so much throughout the day. Now and it was stuff that was not beneficial for me, obviously. And now when I shop, like, yeah, some of the vegetables or organic food is a bit more expensive, but I'm buying a hell of a lot less more food than I used to. Like now I can get, like half a cart or a quarter of a cart full of stuff, because when you're eating better food, you really need to eat less of it. It's not that I'm under eating, because I still eat like a ton of food.
That's it. Fiber fills you up.
Yeah.
For most part, people don't understand that. When you eat a whole food diet, single ingredient meals, you're gaining fiber. Fiber keeps you fuller for longer. It also improves your mood. Why? Because fiber naturally increases gut microorganisms. As a result of that, then 90% of your serotonin is produced in your gut. Happier and healthier. I love that.
But yeah, I wish I should look back at some of my grocery bills, because I actually would think I almost spend less now because I'm buying less food.
You're saving money.
I think I am.
Oh my goodness, this is great.
Yeah.
It's the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Spending less money, you're eating better, you're feeling better, you're looking better. And so where's the downside? There is no downside.
The downside,
There is none.
There isn't.
You have to listen to me.
Yeah, so I kind of have a question for you.
Good, hit me up. I love this. Out of the blue.
So, and I think other people would like to know too. So, like, I know that you want people to be healthier and happier, and that's why you kind of started all of this. But you put so much of your own time and effort into doing this outside of, like the personal training business, like the things that you do on your own time. What really made you want to reach out and help people?
That's a brilliant question. Just to tell people, Ashley's out. I'm kind of surprised Ashley asking her to come on the podcast. So she's out there coming up with this cracker of a question. What started me
to say, like, you want to help people?
I suppose I came from a background where I was always the underdog. I was the smallest of two boys, and I have an older sister. I was never really that good in sports. I found it difficult to, I suppose, make friends, and I never really fitted in school. Those are the things that I kind of struggled with. And coming through both secondary school, in my teens, and then going into college, I never really fitted in. And I was like, geez, I just wanted to be healthy. I wanted to improve, I suppose, my body composition. And there was so much information out there, but I was knowledge lacking. And then I suppose I got interested in personal development with training, and saw the results, got a couple of one-to-one personal training sessions, and then did, long story short, did a little bit of traveling, and then learned a little bit about nutrition, and still never had a huge community of friends. But in fact, I had more kind of drinking buddies than I had friends. And that wasn't the lifestyle that I was kind of looking forward to, because every Friday, every Saturday, you would get the call or the text, and you would hear nothing from anybody during the week. Would you say, oh, Coleman, you're great fun. Do you want to just come out with me on Friday and Saturday? It was unreal the last time we came out. And I did it for a number of years, and I got sick of it because it wasn't matching. It wasn't helping me. It definitely wasn't helping my food choices. Why? Because of poor sleep. And usually when you're drinking, then you're having takeaways and chips and Chinese, which I had. But I also was able to balance. I had a better understanding of foods than most. I was able to balance my foods. And then I suppose setting up a small bit of organic holding and the personal training one-to-one, I said I could build something that helps people long-term, because I don't want just people to be in the dark and think that they're on their own. There's questions that I've asked myself that people are constantly asking. What food should I eat? How much should I eat? What is the type of training that I can do? Can I get in shape at home? Should I get rid of such and such in my life? And I would always recommend people to write down the pros and the cons. And it comes from, I suppose, from where I started. I started as an underdog, and I still believe that I'm working my way up. And wherever you are right now, it's about improvements. You're not looking for perfection. Wherever you are is your starting point. Stop comparing yourself to everybody else. You need to realize that where you are is what is because of what you've done. What you will be is what you will do in the future. And you're really going day by day. It's the compound effect. I put it up every single day, Monday to Friday. Put €1 in the jar, or $1, the equivalent of wherever country you're in, to improve. And that's all you're really trying to do. You're looking for the 1% improvement. Don't go, I'm at step 2 on the ladder. I want to be in step 10. You can't skip that stage. You have to go step by step. You have to change your foods. You have to change and increase your training from either no training session to 1 to 2 to 4 to then to 4 to 5. And that's it. Putting it at a time that suits you. And there's no blanket statement. There's one diet, because I've tried them all. I've tried keto, putting butter in coffee. Don't do it to yourself. I've tried vegan. It didn't necessarily suit me. Why? Because I enjoy family meals, a heritage of eating certain types of meat, but I eat local. I eat organic produce on farms that I visit, and I can get it at local stores. And I enjoy those types of meals. And especially if I was to tell someone who was low in iron that needed and had to take supplements as a result of that, I much prefer to get it from whole foods, and I would recommend that over supplements any day of the week. I want people to be healthier because I was unhealthy and was unsure of where I was, and now I help people do exactly that. I suppose it's a roundabout way of putting it in a nutshell.
Yeah. You saw that there was a need, and you didn't want to leave anybody out there alone.
Yeah, and building a community is amazing, and I love, like, for the retreats, and exactly that example. It's not about the people that host the retreat, such as myself, Cara, Kaz, or Joe. It's actually the people that come to it and make the whole retreat, and you make friends there. And friends are what you want.
Yeah.
Friends bring you along on the days that it's tough, where you need a push, you need a laugh.
Absolutely.
Say, come on, we're doing the training session, getting it done, as opposed to you saying, I really don't want to do a training session, and you just throw it on the laptop, and that's the end of it. And you say, but you'll never regret about a workout, no matter how bad it is. You just have to push yourself to make sure you do it. That's why on the program, I'm always asking people at the start of the week, what days you train? Give me the thumbs up that you did it. Give me the big sweaty redhead, or the weights that are down the floor. That's about accountability. That's massive.
Yeah. And one thing that kind of pushes me through is something that I've learned from you on the bad days. Being healthy is hard, but being unhealthy is really hard. And that's what I tell myself. I'm like, I remember how bad it was to be uncomfortable, how I used to feel sitting on that couch, and it's like, I'm not going to go back there. So it's like, when I say I look at this workout ahead of me and I don't feel like it and it's hard, I'm like, I'm not going back, because that was a hell of a lot harder. I'd rather work in the right direction. You got to work anyway. Yeah, work in a direction that benefits you.
Taking one step followed by the other.
Yeah, like, it's good to have a goal out there in front of you, but I literally just try to look at today, maybe tomorrow. Yeah, that's not as far ahead as I kind of look, it gets overwhelming.
It does. It's a long journey. It's not just for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
It's for life.
Yeah.
You take it on board.
Yeah. So in the beginning, I felt like I was racing to kind of get to my goal. But then it's like I had that realization. I'm like, this is a lifestyle. I know that I will get there. And it's almost no effort, because I'm just living my life in the right way every single day. So I know that I'm going to get to where I want to go, day by day, getting there.
Did you incorporate in, I suppose, goal boards or writing things down?
A little bit. I don't have these wonderful boards like this at home yet, but I think I'm gonna have to. I should make like a whole just dry erase board wall, I should do that. But no, I've written down some things and I'm trying to force myself to get into journaling. It's just not something that I'm great at.
Yeah.
But I need to start spending time doing that just to get to know yourself as well. Yeah.
It's about the time. Time is the one thing you cannot get back in life. You need to make sure you're spending your time in the most valuable way you possibly can to improve your health. If you're saying the words, I can't, I don't have time, you're not making a priority. Own the morning, own the day. If you're short on time, get it done before work, because everyone lives a busy lifestyle.
Yeah.
And the whole idea of this, if you get your workout done and dusted, minimum requirement 20 minutes. You can up it to 25, you can do 30, 45 is what I'm hitting that, and you don't have to do any more than that. But my minimum requirement is 20 minutes. And if people say to me you don't have 20 minutes, they don't have a time management problem. It's not that they don't have a weight problem, but a time management problem.
Yeah, that's very true. And that was, I realized that too. Because I used to think like, I don't have time to work out. I don't have time to do this. But yet I'm watching like hours of TV, and it was like, no, you were right. That was one of the things I heard in one of your very first videos. And I'm like, he's not lying. He's not lying. I just have not been making time for a lot of things in my life. Yeah.
That's amazing. And I suppose even just to wrap it up, I do these sessions for 30 minutes roughly. I suppose, is there anything, a message you want people that may be in your position or where you were to pass on to them, to either, would you recommend, I suppose, the likes of the training, and what would be in your own words, you would put out a message for people who are struggling with a weight or confidence, or I suppose trying to be a healthier individual?
It was definitely scary to start, but just like for myself, I gave myself a 2-week goal. Just try it for 2 weeks. Even if you think like I can't do it, or you think that it's just going to be too hard to maintain, give yourself 2 weeks. Anybody can do 2 weeks. I guarantee after those 2 weeks, I mean, you're going to feel amazing. You're going to see a difference. You're going to feel a difference in your lifestyle. And Coleman here offers so many great tools, and they're out there for free, whether it's you're listening or watching these podcasts. There's so much information in all those different videos on YouTube, whether it's growing and growing your own at home, which is just amazing. I will get on to that next. I'll have to wait till next year. And then all the free workouts that are out there, or the daily positivity that you put out every day through your Instagram, through your Facebook, through your TikToks, which are, that's where I find my daily laughter, and laughter is good for the soul too. But you offer a lot. And then I've also met a lot of people through the other people that you've had here on the podcast, or, and it's like I keep surrounding myself and finding new people and people that bring in other perspectives. And there's a lot of information out there if you're looking for it. Like quit watching TV, follow some positive people.
That's it. Surround yourself with positive information, because there's a huge amount of information on there. A lot of people can demonize social media, but there is, like, between, the TikTok, there is some beneficial points that do try to put across in a humorous manner. Instagram maybe a bit more serious, and Facebook probably more serious again. And that's it, but you have to look for it, and you have to try to find it.
Yeah, because you really gave me all the tools that I needed. You were the first person I followed, and followed you religiously for those first few months, and you kind of put all the tools out there until I joined the program and kind of went a little bit further, because then you get like the personal one-to-one there, and that was stuff that was specifically, tailored to me, which was great, because I needed that guidance. So thank you for guiding me.
Welcome. All right, we'll finish with a high five.
Yes, positivity right there.
We can't make that last. This podcast out of the blue, no notes, no nothing. All right, as I always end these shows, I say, stay tuned, stay classy, and keep it organic.